I am attorney Maria Washington from Washington Law Offices. And today our topic is about lease agreements. How to have a proper legal lease agreement. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, landlords, you have a tenant, and now your next step is to have a proper legal lease agreement. Now, I have seen many different types of lease agreements, and I will say from each and every lease agreement that I've seen, there was at least one provision that was missing, and sometimes the lease agreements were missing many provisions. If you are a landlord, and this is an alert, if you are a landlord in the city of Chicago, please give me a call at 888-586-4441 extension 1. It is critical. In the city of Chicago, we have the RLTO, which is an ordinance, and the ordinance is very complicated, and it tricks up many landlords. And unfortunately, I have seen many landlords get sued, and the lawsuit is for a substantial amount. For example, if a landlord forgets to put their address or where the security deposit is held, they can be sued for that. That's an automatic lawsuit right there in the city of Chicago. So again, landlords, make sure you give me a call so I can review your lease agreement. We can make sure that it's up to standard. Okay, so what provisions are important to have in a lease agreement? Well, number one, you do want to make sure you have who is identified as the landlord. Is it a landlord or is it an agent in which the tenant can contact just in case there is an issue? You want to also have in your lease agreement how much the security deposit is and where the security deposit will be held. Also, you want to make sure that you have a provision in there which state legal fees, which is critical. In the city of Chicago is a different issue, but in the state of Illinois, it is critical to have a legal expenses or attorney fee, court costs provision in your lease agreement. I have seen before where landlords draft their own lease agreement and do not have that provision and have to sue the tenant, and unfortunately they cannot recover those expenses because they did not identify it in the lease agreement. So lease agreements are very important, and the provisions in there will really cost you minimum later or a lot later. So what else is important to have in a lease agreement? You want to identify what the landlord is responsible for and what the tenant is responsible for, especially when it comes to air and heating. And I have seen this occur a couple of times, and it can be quite expensive, especially when it comes to commercial premises. Who is responsible for the air conditioning system? Who is responsible for the heating system? So those are important because repairs on those type of units can be quite costly. And so this should also be identified when it comes to residential leases as well. So I wanted to make this really quick video for all of the landlords out there, especially in the state of Illinois and Chicago, most definitely, to let you guys know there are certain things to look for. The information that I provided to you is not legal advice, but something for you to take into consideration. It's more educational for you. If you have additional questions or want me to review your lease agreement to make sure that it is in compliance with state and also local law, make sure you reach out to me. You can call me directly at 888-586-4441 extension 1. Or visit my website, www.ilwashingtonlaw.com. And again, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.